Well, let's take a quick stock of how global indices are doing this Thursday morning as well as how they performed on Wednesday. US indices continued their volatility, which started, mind you, last Friday with the announcement of that new variant of COVID, which was Omicron. Investors are, of course, cautious on two fronts at the moment. One is Omicron, and second is the likelihood of a faster taper, which the Federal Reserve Chairman spoke of earlier this week. Goldman Sachs said it projects the Fed to double the pace of taper in the bond buying program to $30 billion a month and enact its first rate hike of the pandemic era in June of 2022. And US indices, which rose in early trade yesterday, which is Wednesday, fell as the CDC confirmed the first Omicron case in the US. Currently, markets are very much driven by this new variant of COVID. The Dow fell over 1/3% in an extremely volatile day. There was a whipsaw in the US markets, and the S&P 500 fell almost 1.2% to start December off, and the Nasdaq also fell a little over 1.8%. Mind you, it had fallen 1.9% even on Tuesday, so it continued that fall. European indices though rebounded, with auto and leisure stocks rebounding 3% plus. The DAX was up almost 2.5%. The FTSE 100 was up over 1.5%, and the CAC 40 again up almost 2.5%. The Stock 600 was up over 1/3% in trade on Wednesday. Asian markets were broadly positive in trade yesterday, which was on Wednesday. Most of them closed higher except the ASX 200. However, early in trade today morning, they are in the negative, with the Nikkei down almost 3/4% as we speak. The Shanghai is down 1/5%. The Hang Seng is absolutely flat, and the ASX 200 continues to fall. It's down around 1/4% as we speak. The Kospi is probably the only index with any meaningful gains. It's up almost 4/5% as we speak. The SGX Nifty as well is lower. It's down over 0.5% in trade as we speak. Oil has been a funny story over the last few days as well. Even oil prices have been going up and down. They've been quite volatile. Oil, which had risen early on Wednesday, it was up almost $68 a barrel in early trade on Wednesday US time, has then fallen as US confirmed its first case of Omicron. Oil is now at $66 a barrel as we speak in early trade today. Gold prices also saw a bounce on Omicron-led fears. Gold is at $1781 an ounce. Looking at how currencies have performed, the dollar index is trading absolutely flat, but with a positive bias up around 10 basis points in early trade today. And it's just below that 96 mark. Treasury yields are also quite volatile over the last week or so. They rose early on Wednesday and have closed absolutely flat on Wednesday, and the US 10-year treasuries have now fallen a couple of basis points in early trade today. It's at 1.41%, with the 30-year yield at the lowest point since January of this year. And moving on quickly to cryptos, Bitcoin is relatively flat. It's at the 57,000 mark where we left it yesterday. So that's how the global markets are shaping up this Thursday.